Welcome into TV20 Sports. It is game time. The 14U Championship game brought to you from Stefanski Stadium at Cleveland Central Catholic, home of the Ironmen. I am Brandon Baxter. Along with me today is League Vice President John Good as we bring to you the Garden Valley Falcons versus the Cleveland Renegades in the 14U Championship game. John, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. It's great to be here, Brandon, and it's a beautiful afternoon, and we're going to have a real treat here today. These two teams are neighborhood rivals. They know each other real well off the field. And now they're going to get together and get to know each other today in this championship game on the field. Let me tell you a little something about both organizations. The Garden Valley Falcons, we'll start off with them. They'll be wearing the black jerseys with the white numbers. They're led by head coach Lamont Smith, who's also the offensive coordinator, and Aubrey Williams, who's the defensive coordinator. Their record is 5-1 through the regular season, 7-1 overall. This team throughout the season is ranked number 3 in both offense and defense. The game plan is pretty simple. They're a balanced offense with running 50% and passing 50%. Now let's take a look at the Cleveland Renegades. They're in the maroon jerseys with gold letters. Their season record undefeated, 6-0 with 1 tie. Now they're 9-0 with 1 tie, led by Tevin Davis, the head coach, and he's also the defensive coordinator. And alongside of him, the great Corey Cullum, who's back with the Renegades after a stint with the Southside Seahawks. It's great to see Corey back with his home team. During the season, this team also ranked second on defense and offense throughout the season, putting up points, 132 points, but not giving up many at all, just 20 points the whole season. 3 points per game, folks. Yeah, I said it right. 3 points per game. This is all this stingy defense gives up. Their game plan for offense, they're pretty balanced too. A little bit more run than pass, 60% on the run side, 40% on the pass time. Folks, sit back, grab your popcorn and your soft drink. You're going to have a fun time here this afternoon.
Thank you very much, John. Thanks for all that information. We're going to get to the key players here in a little bit, but before that, let's go to Nicole Christian with today's player introductions.
Hello and welcome to the 14U Championship game. Introducing our teams, the Garden Valley Falcons and the Cleveland Renegades. First, for the Garden Valley Falcons, number 1, Karan Wright. Number 2, Jayon Payne. Number 3, Christian Robinson. Number 4, Jules McLoud. Number 6, Tiandre Hurt. Number 7, Justin Chambers. Number 9, Jaden Menefield. Number 10, Linnell Monroe. Number 11, Adrian Mosby. Number 20, Kedarius Jordan. Number 26, Aaron Finley. Number 30, Jesse White. Number 8, Kimarion Simpson. Number 12, Keyshawn Torres. Number 13, Kenneth Robinson. And number 14, Tyrell Sutton. And on injury reserve, Zaire Magnum, number 18. On our opposing team, the Cleveland Renegades. Number 0, Eric Bullock. Number 1, Javonte Swift. Number 2, Marcus Brown. Number 5, Dakari Cullum. Number 6, Kervon Johnson. Number 7, Carday Clemens. Number 11, Keyshawn Wilson. Number 15, Cameron Wilson. Number 20, Jaquez Rand. Number 21, Jameer Patterson. Number 18, Austin Cullum. Number 56, Cameron Travis. Number 73, Clayshawn Hall. Number 25, Deshaun Brown. Number 10, Donnell Hall. Number 12, Javier Wilson. Number 17, Ryan Fluker. And number 28, Caden Wilmore. Number 8, Jayshawn Parker. And number 4, Javonte Walter. Please rise for our playing of the national anthem.
Okay, here we go, everybody. TV20 game time. 14U championship game between the Garden Valley Falcons and the Cleveland Renegades. John, real quickly, before we get into the game, let's talk a little bit about the key players for each one of the squads.
Yep, let's talk about the key players. We're going to start off with the Garden Valley Falcons. We get those guys up on the field, up on the screen. Number 2, Jayon Payne. He's a quarterback. Left inside linebacker, so you got a guy with that kind of combination. Brandon, you know he's going to be tough, you know. Number 6, Tiandre Hurt, slot and left outside linebacker. And number 9, Jaden Minifield, left tackle and left defensive end. The big guy knows how to bring the pain every single play. Now let's take a look at the players for the Renegades. You got Jameer Patterson, number 21, running back, left inside linebacker. Number 15, Cameron Wilson, left tackle and left defensive end, the big fella. And number 56, Cameron Travis, the right tackle and right defensive tackle to round out the special players that's on both these squads.
They look like they're ready to play, and before they do, we're going to talk a little bit about the referees that we have here today. We've got Ralph King. He is our referee, 1976 graduate of Shaw High School. He's 40 years as a football official, and he is also with the Cleveland Division of Recreation. Shemaiah Jones is our head linesman, 1991 graduate of John Hay. Played high school baseball for Tim Wells, our very own Tim Wells. 10 years as a football official and currently employed by the Cleveland Clinic. Bill Myers is our line judge, a 1990 graduate of Mid-Park High, 26 years as a football official, currently working as Cleveland Recreation Center manager, and Mel Parker, our umpire, and a 1989 graduate of Aviation High School, 15 years as a football official, a man who is self-employed. How about those rules, John?
Well, yeah, let's take a look at the rules, Brandon. In this 14U division, these guys have been with Muny football, folks, some of them since they were 5 and 6 years old. So this graduation game and them going on to the next level, I'm very proud to participate in it. 9-minute quarters, 4 timeouts per game. As the game gets started, there's no kickoffs. As you see, they start from the 35-yard line, and there'll be no punts in this game as well.
And that's going to start us off here as the Cleveland Renegades have the ball first, and it looks like we've got ourselves.
He's down.
They are going to call him down on that play.
Yeah, he's down. This age group, these guys are fast, tough. They have the highest IQ of football in the league, and they know how to win. We have several high school football coaches in attendance, Brandon, to take a look at the future of football in Northeast Ohio. A lot of these guys you will see next year playing on Friday night or sometime in the near future.
Watching to see what these guys do, and that's going to bring up a second down for the Cleveland Renegades. They are in maroon and gold. 8:10 to play here in the first quarter. We are just underway for the 14U championship game. Marcus Brown is the quarterback as he is under center, and he is going to take the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to hand the ball off. And it's fumbled on the ground, but it looks like he did pounce on it, John.
Yeah, he got back on that ball real quick. That's one thing you can't have, especially in a game this important, is turnovers. You got to take care of the football. Let me rattle off to you the starting offensive unit for the Renegades. Cameron Wilson, the all-star left tackle. Jaquez Rand, number 20. Austin Cullum, number 51. Clayshawn Hall, number 99. Cameron Travis, number 56. Kervon Johnson, wide receiver, number 6. Marcus Brown, the quarterback, number 2. Carday Clemens, number 7. The backfield, Cullum, Bullock, Patterson, number 5, number 0, and 21. Rounds out the backfield. Let's see if these guys can get it done today.
So a third down as Brown is in the shotgun. He's flanked by his running backs. The handoff, that's going to go out to Jameer Patterson, who tries to cut out to the left side, and he's brought down just past the 41-yard line.
Yeah, excellent effort right there by number 8, making that tackle on the play. Did a real good job of getting out there and shutting that corner down.
Nice defensive stop there, and that brings up a fourth down. Let's talk about that defense real quick. We've got the all-star Jaden Menefield on the left end. On the other side, Adrian Mosby on the right. In the middle, we've got Kadarius Jordan and Aaron Finley. The linebacking core made up of Tayandre Hurt, Jayon Payne, the all-star, Linnell Monroe, and Juelz McLoud. On the outside, cornerbacks Justin Chambers, Karan Wright, and playing safety today is Christian Robinson.
On that tackle was number 8. Shut that play down pretty quick. Cameron Simpson out of Trinity High School likes to play basketball.
And that's going to break up a 4th and 4 for the Renegades.
And 4th down and 4 on your own side of your field. They're punting it.
They did line up for the punt.
And they will return it. The ball hit the ground, folks, so you cannot return it once it hits the ground. The ball is dead right at the spot.
And what's the reason for that, John? Let's tell the folks at home.
Well, it's for safety reasons, Brandon. We won't, take the least amount of chances to getting players hurt out here than we need to. A game of football is a very, violent game. These kids play at a very high speed, so the impact of the collisions can get kind of violent, and we don't want to have kids running at each other on a dead run in the punting game.
Yep, absolutely.
Hopefully in the future we'll be not necessarily better equipped, but we'd like to see a coach a lot better.
Sure, absolutely, and that makes sense. So for the first time today, the Garden Valley Falcons are going to have the ball. Let's talk a little bit about the starting offense for that team, John.
Yep, right after this play, you see a defense comes in and busts it up, but running back able to break outside and pick up a significant amount of yards and even get the first down, and that was Jayon Payne, the quarterback who leads this offensive unit. But up front, he's got Jaden Menefield, the all-star, Adrian Mosby, an all-star, Jesse White at center, Aaron Finley at right guard, and Linnell Monroe at right tackle. On the outside, you got Christian Robinson on the left side, and on the right side, you got Justin Chambers. And behind him will be Jules McLoud, Karan Wright, and in the slot, Tiandre Hurt.
We'll get to the defense here in just a second as Jayon Payne is in the shotgun on second down. Second and short for the Falcons. Takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to go to Jules McLoud. Trying to bounce it to the outside. He has got it down to about the 33-yard line before he goes out of bounds. A nice run by McLoud.
Yeah, McLoud showing his speed and agility on that play. Looked like he wanted to tuck it a little bit tighter up inside, but he kept stringing it out and stringing it out. I thought he was going to run to the sideline there for a second, but he was able to turn the corner at the numbers and pick up good yardage, even enough to pick up a first down and into Renegade territory.
And speaking of the Renegades playing defense today, we've got all-star Cameron Wilson on the left end, Carday Clemens at the right, and up the middle, Cameron Travis, your all-star, Clayshawn Hall. The linebacking core made up of all-star Jameer Patterson, Marcus Brown, and Dakari Cullum. And then in the defensive backfield, you've got Kiervon Johnson and Kayshawn Wilson on the corners, Javonte Swift and Eric Bullock, the safeties.
It's a fine group, too. And as I mentioned in the beginning, this Garden Valley offense, number 3 this season with a total of 91 points scored, 15.5 points per game, and defensively they rank number 3 as well, giving up only 32 points a game, and that's 5 points per game. So right now, without the Renegades getting the football, the Falcons are starting off pretty good. Looks like things are working for them in their direction. We'll see what the Renegades can do to slow them down.
So Falcons with the ball on the 34-yard line of the Renegades. 1st and 10, 5:32 to play in the first quarter. Just underway, no score. The 14U championship game from Cleveland Central Catholic, Stefanski Stadium.
Interesting fact about the Renegades out here on the field. Current inside linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks, Jerome Baker at Ohio State Buckeye, is from the Renegades program.
McLoud takes the handoff, and he's going nowhere as the Renegades crash into the backfield to stop him. No gain.
And also on that defense in Seattle is another Muny alum, Draymond Jones, out of St. Ignatius High School, and he played for the Umoja Jaguars.
There we go.
Umoja Jaguars.
Okay.
Practice over there at Luke Easter Park.
So some local boys making good in the pros, huh?
Yeah, we missed those Jammanites though. They kind of faded away a few years ago. Hopefully they'll be back.
Payne back to pass. He pulls it down. He's scrambling out of the pocket. He's got himself a receiver, but leads him out too far as that was intended for number 6, Tiandre Hurt, the slot receiver. That was the intended target, but Payne throwing out a little too far ahead of him, wasn't able to catch up to it.
Yeah, Payne surveyed the field as much as he could. As you see here, he's looking around, doesn't see anybody open. And then he wants to just toss it out to the man that's open in the flat, but he didn't have his feet quite set, and that gave the ball a chance to kind of flutter away from him. So now you'll see he's in the shotgun position with a 3rd and about 13.
You're right, John. 3rd and 13. Payne takes the snap. He drops back to pass, and he's going to go down the right side. He's got a receiver. Makes the catch for the touchdown, and that is Justin Chambers down the right side.
Wow. Excellent play call. Great job of hand-eye coordination by the receiver, and he is a very happy man right now.
On 3rd and 13, Garden Valley, all they needed was 13 yards. They went for all of it.
They went for all of it, and they got rewarded with an excellent effort by Mr. Chambers. Defensive back was in position. Brandon, he just didn't make a play on the ball. As you can see, Justin Chambers right there, fine young man.
Made that touchdown catch. His favorite player is quite the wide receiver himself, Mr. C.D. Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Justin, a 9th grader from Campus International, with the touchdown.
Now, one of the special rules in Muny football is you get a bonus point if you kick a field goal. It's worth 2 points. So what is Garden Valley doing? They're lining up to get that bonus point and attempt the field goal. Looks like it's number 2 or 12 in the attempt. Let's see, 14 to hold. Get up there, get up there. Oh!
That is no good. That was, looked like that might have been number 12, Keyshawn Torres, attempting the 2-point extra points there. So the score is going to stay 6-0 in favor of the Garden Valley Falcons. And the Cleveland Renegades will have the ball and their second chance to move it on offense. 4:38 to play here in the first quarter as the Garden Valley Falcons lead 6-0 after the touchdown pass to Justin Chambers. So the Renegades now with the ball on the 35-yard line and their second opportunity to move down the field. Here we go. Marcus Brown takes the snap and he's going to hand it off.
They're trying to hammer that right side of the line, trying to see if they can get a crease in there. Try to get some positive yards, get the offensive line involved in the game, and get some physicality going in there so they can get warmed up a little bit.
So it looks like that was a gain of about 2, brings up a 2nd and 8. Brown heading back to the huddle with the next play.
Two fine coaching staffs getting into the championship game in this 14U, Brandon. 14U is not the easiest division to coach.
Oh, I can imagine. By this time, you've got kids that have, well, they've got their agendas nowadays.
Yep, they have their own interests, distractions.
Yep.
But these kids do a real good job of dedicating themselves to getting to practice.
That ball handed to Jameer Patterson. What a tackle as he's brought down on the left side by number 10, Linnell Monroe, tackling Jameer Patterson on that carry. Brings up a 3rd down.
The coach is looking at, some of the coaches asking for a horse collar tackle, but the ref was right there, and if he doesn't throw the flag, just leave it alone.
Yep.
See right here, he comes around that left side. We'll slow it down so we can see if he actually gets the horse collar or is it a clean tackle. That grabs him at the shoulder pass. That's not a horse collar.
Nope, that's a clean tackle. That's a nice tackle.
It is.
And a stop for the Falcons, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Renegades.
Renegades really need to get a score here to stay in this ball game. They're knocking on the door midfield.
No, the key is not to fall behind too fast, too far, too quickly, rather. Brown scrambling, fumbles the ball. Renegades fall on it. That's going to stay with the Renegades there. Very, very fortunate that the maroon and gold had somebody there to fall on that ball.
Yeah, it was very fortunate to have somebody fall on that ball. The very talented quarterback, Marcus Brown, a little loose there with the football, as you can see right here.
Got to tuck that under.
Yeah, he's trying to get filled. There's too many bodies around. You got to put that ball away and live for the next play. He's trying to get some positive yards and possibly could have picked up the 1st down if he'd have held on to it. He didn't have too far to go.
And so it looks again like the Renegades are going to punt like they did last time. 4th and 5. Ball on the 40-yard line. So here is the punt.
Good punt.
That is a nice punt.
And he's going to let it fall.
That's going to go out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Mark that at the 30. And the Falcons once again with a chance to move the ball, a chance to score. So far, so good, John. We've got a couple of teams playing some clean football. What we've seen is the touchdown for the Falcons, and now they've got the ball back again with 2:39 to play here in the first quarter.
This is pretty much a typical game for 14U. At this age, the great thing is we haven't seen a whole lot of flags.
No.
It's like you said, like you mentioned, Brandon, it has been a clean game. That's one of the coach's dreams, is to play a game with no penalties, no mistakes. Does it happen? No. But they do a really good job of hiding it when they keep it down to the least amounts of offenses. And like I said, in a game like this, it can get away from you pretty quick, and you definitely don't want that. So Garden Valley I think they're going to go back to their quarterback and let his arm take them down the field if they can't get anything on the ground. They've been very, very successful in the passing game, but I like to see the coaches use the middle of the field a little bit more instead of just throwing it up to to go routes.
Well, you make a good point, too. And the thing is, John, you've got a team in the Renegades who are playing a 4-3 defense. They put a lot of pressure up front, but that also is what freed up Justin Chambers for the touchdown for the Falcons. So you'd like to see if maybe some adjustments were made by the Renegades here in this series. Snap back to Payne. He's going to take it himself, rolls out to the left, able to shake a couple of tacklers. He's going to be pushed down. Not quite sure if he made it out of bounds, but he's going to be down at about the 38, 39-yard line.
Not a bad job by Carday Clemens, number 7, the defensive end on that side. And Keyshawn Wilson trying to slow it down. The rest of the Cavalry's got to hurry up and get there, though. He was over there. Just 2 guys was over there for a while, and he was waiting for the rest of the defense. When they showed up, they showed out, but he was able to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah. With 2 minutes left to play here in the first quarter, 2nd down and 5, ball on the 35-yard line. Couple of motion men. Payne in the shotgun.
Overload to the left. Into the boundary.
Here's the snap to Payne. Takes it. Fakes.
A lot of going on back there.
A lot of misdirection. Had me fooled there for a second as well. That ended up going to the slot receiver, Karan Wright, who took that handoff, and it's going to move the chains. Not quite a first down yet. We're looking at 3rd and short.
Good
for the
job.
Falcons.
Good job of sorting that out by the quarterback. There was a lot of things going on in there. And up here from the booth with those black jerseys, it's kind of like a Chinese fire drill, but it worked out to be positive yards. Needed just a yard for the first down.
Makes it 3rd and short. And he is stopped in the backfield.
Big play.
That was number 56, Cameron Travis.
Don't throw the flag, ref. No, don't do that. Thank you. Excellent job.
On 3rd and short, Cameron Travis crashing through the line, making that stop. Here we go again. We see it on the replay. That ball was handed off to Jules McLoud, and he is just met behind the line by Cameron Travis.
Was he in the huddle? Did he know the play? I mean, wow. He wrapped him up as soon as he got the ball. As soon as he got the ball, he had nowhere to go. Great job, Cam.
And that's going to bring up 4th and 5 for the Falcons, and it looks like they're lining up to go for it on 4th down. So if they don't get it, they're challenging the Renegades on offense.
Wow, and here come the Renegades, too.
Snap back to Payne. He's going to roll out to his left. He's keeping it himself. He's got enough for the first down.
Wow.
And they're going to move the chains. They're going to keep the ball as time is about to expire. We've got 2 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter, with the Falcons holding on to a 6-0 lead for Garden Valley.
Great job on that left side of the line. I thought that the defensive end and that outside linebacker had him, but he was able to get to the corner, got to the numbers, and able to turn it up and get the first down.
And John, that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here in the 14U championship game. In this case right now, we're talking about the Garden Valley Falcons, a 6-0 lead over the Cleveland Renegades. We'll be right back with second quarter play.
Join Cleveland Public Library for festive holiday fun at Merry Maker Fest on Saturday, November 30th, starting at 10 a.m. at Main Library in downtown Cleveland. Experience a fun-filled day with activities for everyone, with real reindeer, hot cocoa and treats, DIY gift making, games with CPL play, and much more. Don't forget to visit our new robot friends, the band and Brett Hall, before heading over to Public Square for the annual tree lighting. Bring the whole family to Cleveland Public Library's Merry Maker Fest on Saturday, November 30th. This festive celebration is free and open to the public. Learn more at cpo.org/merrymakerfest.
All right, welcome back to second quarter action from Stefanski Stadium, home of the Cleveland Central Catholic Ironmen. Brandon Baxter along with John Good calling today's 14U championship game. The Garden Valley Falcons with the ball on the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, and they're moving again.
Up pass.
Payne's going to pass out to the right side.
Wide open, a lot of room. First down.
That's Justin Chambers again, the man who caught the touchdown pass earlier. I'm sorry, or was that number 1? The 7 and the 1, I was a little confused with. Who do we have there?
7.
That was 7, okay. Then that was Justin Chambers. Gets the first down. And so far, he's been the go-to guy.
He has been the go-to guy, and it's not a bad guy to go to either. I mean, Justin Chambers does a good job of catching the ball by himself and in traffic.
Yep.
So he's got good hands, and the coaches know who to go to. Coordinator over there got a defender lining up off sides. Referee's right there. He got him back, but man, is he close. Well, the middle line.
Well, somebody was moving out there.
Yeah, it was the offense. Nope, it was the defense. So defense.
Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
That's going to go against the Renegades, and it's going to give the Falcons a 1st and 5.
Yeah, like I said, these two teams are neighbors, and a lot of camaraderie, even though they play on different teams, but the competition and the rival is fierce.
Well, I'm sure it is when you know who your opponents are.
Mm-hmm.
Handoff there.
Good job.
Brought down. Not much to gain there.
It looked like number 2. It looked like it was Marcus Brown on that.
That was Marcus Brown on the stop, yes.
Mm-hmm. Marcus playing both sides of the ball. Tells you what kind of athlete he is.
So a loss of a yard there due to the tackle, and it's 2nd and 6. Ball on the 44 for the Falcons. Jayon Payne.
I think the Falcons are going to look to put the ball back in the air again. And they are.
Now who's in the huddle, John? Payne back to pass, going down the left side yard. He's got somebody open. He is down at the 1-yard line.
Wow.
Teandre Hurt, the slot receiver, right down the sideline, makes the catch. He's brought down at the 1. It is now 1st and goal for the Falcons.
My. Keyshawn Wilson, what are you thinking about? He just stopped on the play. He stopped covering his man, and he's wide open. Wow. I don't know if he smelled Mama's chicken cooking or he got a bright idea or something, but
well, now that you got my stomach grumbling, John.
He was supposed to be covering.
Wow.
He was supposed to be covering the receiver, and they took advantage.
Left Hurt wide open, and now you've got a 1st and goal for the Falcons. Payne under center, takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. Is this what we call the tush push?
The tush push comes to Cleveland, Ohio.
Jayon Payne crosses the goal line for the touchdown, and now that gives the Falcons a 12-0 lead with 7-12 to play here in the first half.
Well, that young man, Jayon Payne, is having quite the first half, being involved in both scoring plays, passing and running.
Teandre Hurt, number 6. An extra point was good.
Oh, that was was that number 2?
That was number 2.
Okay.
That was Jayon Payne who took it and kept it himself. Hurt was the man that got him down there to the goal line.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. A great job by Garden Valley taking advantage of the opportunities that this defense is giving them.
Keyshawn Torres lining up again for the 2-point try. This time is no good. Wide to the left. He's not able to push it through the upright. So the score stays 12-0 in favor of the Falcons. And right now, John, they're kind of running the table here with things.
Yeah, they are running the table. 2 big plays. They feel confident in putting the ball in the air. Jayon Payne, as you can see, he's got a good arm. And his receivers do an excellent job of making adjustments in space and contesting for the football. When you got that combination, you're going to be successful throwing the football, especially on this level.
You're absolutely right. And that, again, Teandre Hurt was the man who made the big catch there on the play. His favorite team is the Chiefs. His favorite player is Patrick Mahomes. Not a bad one to choose there. From the Harvard Avenue Performance Academy. He's an 8th grader. So nice job by Teandre Hurt.
And as I mentioned before, there's a good chance we're going to be watching these kids play football for a long time, at least another 4 years here in Northeast Ohio. So it would behoove a lot of you fans out there, maybe jot down some of these names and hold on to them and look for them in the future, because there's some fine, fine young men out here with a bright future on the field and off.
And we know how Buckeyes love their football on Friday nights.
Yes, we love our football. It's like a religion, isn't it, folks?
Amen, John.
Amen.
Renegades now with the ball, trying to put some points on the board. They're going to take their initial possession here on the 35-yard line. Here's the snap back to Marcus Brown. He's going to pull the ball down, looking for a place to go, and he's got nowhere and no help whatsoever as that offensive line crumbles and the defensive line of the Falcons pushes through for the sack.
Yeah, not a good down for the offensive line. They got to really get it together. As you can see right here, not much time at all, and the quarterback. It's kind of tough to sit back there in confidence when you got 5 guys coming at you in a different color jersey.
You can kind of see a bit of frustration on Brown out there as he's trying to, rally the troops and explain to these guys, hey, I need some protection. I need some time to throw.
Yeah, got to keep fighting. You got to keep fighting. So they got to just give more effort.
So that brings up a 2nd down and 15 after that loss of 5 on the first down play. Brown is going to stay in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Brown takes the snap, drops back. He's going to pass. He's going deep, but he's got nobody there.
Nobody there. Looking for number 6 on that play, I believe.
And that would be Kervon Johnson was the intended receiver. Check that. I'm sorry. That was number 5, Dakari Cullum. Cullum was the one that I believe was the intended receiver.
Okay.
But just nobody in the vicinity of where the ball was landing. Brings up a 3rd down and 15.
Showed his arm strength on that play, but like I said, nobody home to answer the call at the end of the throw. But it's good to know that he can get it there.
Oh, he's definitely got the arm strength, John. He can chuck it down there for sure.
But what the Renegades need right now is just a good set of plays offensively, get some positive yards. It's 3rd down and about 15. They get half of it back. They can maybe think about going for it. But I wouldn't feel comfortable until at least I got to maybe the 40-yard line.
So a 3rd down and long, ball on the 30-yard line. Marcus Brown takes the snap, drops back. He's going to pull it down and run himself, trying to bounce it to the outside. He does over the 40 and down to the 45. Steps out of bounds just shy of the 1st down.
Now we can think about going for it. Excellent job by the quarterback. He didn't have a whole lot of patience waiting for the play to develop because he's been under such duress so far today. But the coach is getting in his ear, hey, you could have got the 1st down. Nobody was around you. You ran out of bounds a little earlier. This is where a quarterback has got to know where he is on the field, know where the yard markers are, and make the plays to extend and continue to drive.
So on 4th down, it's a 4th and 2 from the 43-yard line now for the Renegades after Marcus Brown picks up a big chunk and makes this a manageable 4th and 2.
Looks like they want to throw it again. And
Brown drops back to pass, pulls it down, has it batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Good job by the defender getting those hands up on 4th down.
Jayon Payne, number 2 for the Garden Valley Falcons, getting his arms up, knocking the ball down. And that's a turnover on downs. The Renegades lose another opportunity to try and move the ball down the field. Let's see the replay.
Yeah, Marcus doing a good job of surveying the field, just looking for an opening, thought about running, and then stepped up, saw a man, but just a good job. That's what you call a high football IQ. You can't make it to the quarterback, but you're going to disrupt that play. Get those arms up, knock the ball down. Now you got the ball, and Payne has the ball where he wants it, in his hands.
Sideline warning. Offense.
So Garden Valley gets a sideline warning as Ralph make sure that they stay compliant. Ralph,
Well, it is a championship game. It's tough to keep emotions under wraps sometimes.
It is. And Ralph runs a tight ship, and he gets that respect, so it's a good thing.
Payne rolling out to his right, looking for a man, not even finding any help because he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of about 2, maybe 3 yards brings up a 2nd down and long.
Great job by that defense right there, just staying with Payne, not backing off, thinking he's going to throw the ball. He's a dual threat, but they stay right with it. See how that defensive end is staying to the outside, keeping that outside arm free. That is his #1 rule. He cannot let anybody get outside of him.
Jameer Patterson was the man chasing him down in the backfield for the 3-yard loss. Brings up a 2nd and 13, 5:08 to play here in the first half with the lead 12-0 in favor of the Falcons. Got a flag.
Left too early. Wide receiver should never be offside. So all he does is look inside. When the ball is snapped, then you go.
That's when you go.
Snap.
Yep.
False start. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 2nd down.
Well, of course, that works in the favor of the Renegades, you know, trying to maintain some sort of confidence on the defensive side of the ball. Moves them back 5 yards, going to make a 2nd and 18 for the Falcons because of the early movement by the receiver.
Don't worry, Tiandre, he'll make up for it. He'll get a good block and catch a ball.
Snap is back, hands the ball off over to the left side, looking for blockers, and that is number 4. He gets the blockers and he sheds them all to the 20, to the 15, the 10, the 5, and a touchdown. That is Jules McLoud. Jules McLoud able to burst through those tacklers, John, and he gets the Falcons another score.
Wow. He looked like Superman on that play. He was hit by at least 5 or 6 defenders as we take a look at it right here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, 5, and just ran through all the arm tackles for the touchdown.
He bounced off of all of them like it was a pinball game.
Jules McLoud.
Jules McLoud with the touchdown. Thank you.
We got a little bit of verbal correction there from the owner of the organization. Danny, he's always around to help whenever he can.
And that's appreciated.
It sure is. It sure is. But just an excellent effort on that run. That's just some want to, that's all. That's just some want to. And the defense has got to come and wrap up and get him on the ground.
So after McLeod's touchdown, with 4:24 to play, the Falcons lining up for an attempt at 2 extra points. And it is wide left again.
Just can't get that thing to go
Unable
straight.
to connect on that. And that's going to keep the score 18-0 in favor of the Falcons. Renegades looking for something on offense, and this has got to be their chance, John, because we're winding the clock down here to the end of the first half.
Yeah, we are winding the clock down, and like we mentioned before, you don't want to fall behind in these championship games. But this strong performance by Garden Valley at this 14U level, it is pretty amazing because the Renegades have been competitive all year long, and I know that Coach Cullum is going to rally his troops to get them back in focus so they can compete for this championship.
Now, John, while we have a moment here as they're changing sides here with the Renegades taking over with the ball, let's talk a little bit about your experience within the league as vice president.
Well, it's busy. I could sum it up that way, but you know, we have a wonderful staff, Brandon. The way Jason, navigates the ship throughout the season. And then his staff, his wife Stephanie with the cheerleaders, they are a true gift from heaven. I'm telling you. But it's been a good year. We took a step back on some things, got refocused on what's important, and had a better product this year, and we're looking forward to it next year as well. Development of our coaches and our players is the most important thing that we can give to them. Give them all the resources they need in order to succeed. We like to call our coaches our community activists.
Yes.
They're the ones who are out there talking to the kids and the parents every day, picking them up, dropping them off, tying up their shoes, wiping their snotty noses. And these coaches are a gift from heaven. I mean, none of this would happen without them. And nobody gets paid. Nobody gets paid for doing what they do. A lot of them are very bright businessmen. Yeah. Very bright businessmen, heart in the right place, have families themselves, and have great careers. And we got a lot of them out there that's really bright entrepreneurs as well.
It's a great way to give back to the community. It starts with kids. Community always starts with the kids.
It sure does.
So able to give it back to the kids, back to the community, and then you see that growth over time.
Yeah, and you know, one of the real big blessings about that is I would say 90% of our owners in the league are Muny alumni.
Really?
They actually played in the league, so
Excellent.
they know what it offers.
Right.
And they want to give what they receive. And they do it good, and they do it just as well as anybody's ever done. There's a lot of great coaches have come through this league. I don't want to name one because I have to name them all. But, you know, we've had some great mentors. Yeah. We've had some great mentors. We stand on some tall shoulders, some strong shoulders, and we're just trying to take care of it during our time. Yeah.
You love to hear about that. You love to see it, again, out there in the community, what it means to these kids, and obviously to the community as a whole. Back to the game. It's 2:30 to play here in the first half. The Falcons leading 18-0 over the Cleveland Renegades. Renegades with the ball, 3rd down and 16. Ball on the 29-yard line, attempting to try and get something started offensively before the end of the first half. Brown takes the snap, and he is going to pass over the middle. He had a receiver there. Right off the hands was that pass intended for number 1, and that is Karan Wright. I'm sorry, that was the Falcons. Number 1 is Javonte Swift, was the intended receiver on that pass. So that brings up a 4th down and 16 for the Renegades.
Man, I am so excited. I'm elated. They threw the ball over the middle. The guy was open. He was open. He just didn't bring it in. Throw it to him again. He'll catch it the next time. I promise you. I promise you he'll catch it. But I love to see that ball's going over the middle, quarterback reading the defense, having the patience for him to hit that window, and he delivered a good ball. All he had to do is make the catch.
And we've seen so far, John, I mean, Brown has shown some patience back there in the pocket.
Yes, he has.
And you've even pointed out, you know, giving him the opportunity to survey the field. And heck, you just mentioned it a few minutes ago, you know, going down the middle.
Yeah. These guys, they see those things, and they try to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
But, you know, if it works at this level, you just keep doing it.
Yes. Yep. That's how you grow. That's how you grow.
And these coaches from the high schools that's here, I think I saw Eds, Benedictine, Ignatius is here. Of course, Central Catholic is here. I think University School is here. We got quite a few coaches in the house that are looking at these guys, and they're not looking at them for right now today. They're looking at who they're going to be 2-3 years from now.
They want to see what that growth could look like.
See, big number 73 came back in the game for the Renegades. I got to get his name because he changed jerseys, I guess. I don't see 73
No, I'm not seeing it on there either. We're going to try and effort that.
You can't miss it. You can't. Like a grown man out there. This guy's only 14 years old.
Falcons with the ball, handed off. That ball, that went to the slot receiver, Karan Wright, who was brought down in the backfield for a loss of yardage on that first down play. Less than 2 minutes here in the first half. Falcons with an 18-0 lead.
That's an excellent defensive play. As we take a look at it right here, it's off to the right, and he's going nowhere. I mean, nowhere. When I get that number, I'll get a name for you.
And he was brought down in the backfield. Then it brings up a 2nd and 14. Ball on the 39-yard line. Falcons in complete control so far here in the first half.
I think that was Cameron Wilson on the tackle.
Payne in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back. He's going to pass. He's looking left. He's going to actually throw out to the left. He's got a receiver open, and he is across the 40, down to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Jayon Payne finds his receiver.
Wow. Jayon Payne is having heck of a day, Brandon. One hell of a day. Folks, I think we know who the offensive MVP
Touchdown for the Garden
is
Valley
going to be.
Falcons,
He's definitely leading in the voting, that's for sure.
Well, he hit his man, Kamarion Simpson, for that touchdown pass there. Look at the blocking right down the sideline. Only one man behind him trailing him, and he gets it into the end zone.
And he could hear him, too, breathing down his neck. He checked behind it to see how close he was. But just a beautiful job by Jayon Payne, being patient in the pocket. We're seeing some great quarterback play at this level today.
Yes, we have that.
It's so beautiful to see. The patience, the survey in the field. The man came right in his face as he was crossing, and he just put the touch on it, completed the ball, nothing fancy, and he takes it all the way to the house for a touchdown.
Kamarion Payne, he's a 9th grader over at Trinity High School. He plays basketball, and his favorite player is Justin Jefferson. Another kick attempt, and in this case, Keyshawn Torres. We have a penalty.
Replay the try.
So we're going to give that another try.
Don't give it another try.
He's still hanging out.
Technical difficulties.
They shared a little bit too much information there. But Ralph King, the lead referee on the field, throwing the flag for a player not having the proper equipment. Again, folks, we don't compromise on safety. So they'll get another try at it, and I'm 50% sure he's going to make this.
You know, 50%, that's... So you're saying he either will or won't. I like that.
You got me. Well, he'll get another shot, and we'll see how he do it. But, you know, again, Jayon Payne showing why he's the leader of this ball club and doing an excellent job getting it in the end zone once again.
Here's the attempt from Torres. He's going to give it another try, and this time he puts it through.
He missed it.
He didn't put it through. Well,
that looked good from here, but
yeah, so much for our angle.
Yeah, right, exactly. Folks, we got 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go in the first half, and with a 24-point lead, we're looking at the mercy rule.
Now, does that come into play here in the first half, John, or is that something that they normally incorporate in the second half of the game?
They normally incorporate in the second half of the game. Yeah. So we'll see what they come up with. I'm pretty sure the referees are letting them know that we're getting close to that.
Yeah.
And they might be taking a look at it, but you really don't want to stop the, have a running clock in the first half. You want to give them a chance to fight their way back. And hopefully the Renegades can put it together. I see a little tempers flying on the sideline a little bit.
Trying to calm the guys down.
Yeah, it's got to pull it back together. They got a whole half to go.
Well, the game is far from over, John. I mean, like you just said, we have an entire second half to play. There's still a minute on the clock here in the first half. The Renegades, they've been a good team all season long. They have an opportunity out there.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they've faced some adversity during the season and have bounced back. They got to go back to that and know that they can do it, have confidence in it that they can do it and pull it off.
And we are a minute away from halftime, John. Coming up at the halftime mark, we're going to have an interview with each coach, as well as a specific interview with one of our councilmen as well. So stay tuned for that, folks.
Bantam teams for this year, there was 14U, there were 8 teams, 9 teams, Cleveland Renegades, Southside Seahawks, Garden Valley Falcons here today, Raw Talent Sports, Collinwood Cobras, Impact Youth Bearcats, Sims Raiders, Showtime, Westside Wolverines, and West United Gators.
Brown had dropped back to pass. He pulled it down to try and run up the middle. He's going to be brought down just shy of the line of scrimmage.
It's a good job, or a good tackle right there. I think that was the opposing quarterback who made the tackle. That Payne.
Jayon Payne coming up making the stop.
Yeah, Payne he's vying for both MVPs, defense and offense. And a championship. How's that?
How about that for a Sunday afternoon, huh?
Looked like it was a little too soon.
Yep, I was going to say, Brown pulled the ball down right away, but there was some movement up there.
So, Garden
Before
Valley.
the snap. Offsides. Defense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. Second down.
They're trying to help him out.
So brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Renegades. 30 seconds left on the first half clock. 24-0 in favor of the Falcons right now. Renegades just trying to do something with the ball. Clock is running. Brown in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass, running to the left. Now he is circled, and he is going to be brought down by a sea of black jerseys this time. And we've got ourselves a couple more flags being tossed out there.
Yeah, they blew the whistle quite a few times, and they still wanted to try to take him to the ground. When you hear the whistle, you just got to stop.
You got to stop. You got to stop.
That's the safest thing to do. Stop. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets a penalty.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 9.
Wow.
15-yard penalty. First down.
Number 9 for the Garden Valley. Jaden Minifield, all-star. Don't see too many all-stars with personal fouls.
No, you would think that they know a little bit better than that. But, you know, again, the environment that we're in, it's a championship game. Blood is pumping. Everybody's excited out there. You got a 24-0 lead.
Sure.
But that helps out the Renegades with 13 seconds on the clock. Brown, we've seen him survey the field and look downfield. I would imagine he's going to do the same here. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's going down the left side. That ball was almost picked off.
Wow.
Playing a game of hot potato down there at the 25-yard line between both the Renegades and the Falcons. The ball falls down to the turf with 5 seconds remaining on the first half clock.
Yeah, that almost deflected right into the offensive man's hands right there, the intended receiver. As you can take a look at it right here. Makes a play. Defenders have it.
Wow.
But then he tips it back to himself, and it just trickles right down.
Just had to pull it in. Had to pull it in. That was, I believe that was Dakari Cullum. No, I'm sorry. That was Eric Bullock was the intended receiver. Brings up 2nd and 10. Ball on the 45. 5 seconds left. I imagine we're going to see another pass attempt here. Brown drops back. He's going to pull it down. He's going to run across the 40, over down to the 30-yard line where he is brought down as time expires here in the first half. The Renegades pick up the first down, but the clock expires, and the Falcons are going to take a 24-0 lead into halftime, John.
Yep, exciting first half. Only points on the board scored by the Falcons, but they've been making some big plays. And that quarterback of theirs, Mr. Pace, I tell you, he's having a fantastic game. So they're going to have to find a way to slow him down.
And Jayon Payne has looked fantastic out there in the first half today. Let's see what the Renegades are going to have when they come back out for the second half. Because at this point, John, as you pointed out, we are in the mercy rule setting, which anytime a team goes up by 20 points in the second half, that clock does not stop.
That does stop.
So, you know, you hope that the Renegades are going to come out here in the second half, you know, with an opportunity to show that they can put some points on the board. So, John, I'm going to allow you, the vice president of the league, to throw it down to our head coach. Looks like we're going to go to Lamont Smith, the head coach of the currently winning Garden Valley Falcons. John.
Coach, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Coach, this is John Good.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, and you're doing even better.
All right.
Hey, talk about Jayon Payne. What kind of poise, patience he's showing in this first half is unbelievable. He looks like a 7-year veteran out there, playing hard, making good decisions, and taking care of the football. Talk a little bit about how you've been able to move this ball with him in the first half.
Most definitely, man. Without him, a lot of this won't happen. He's an excellent quarterback. He do what he's supposed to do, make his reads. And as long as he do that, we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Well, I see you do have a lot of confidence in him to get the ball down the field. I'm pretty sure this is something that's been developing throughout the season with his receivers. Speak a little bit about Justin Chambers. He seems kind of special too.
Yeah, Justin Chambers is special. He's a very quiet guy. It took him a little second to trust into his ability, but once I finally cracked into it, it eventually came out of him. You see what he's doing out here.
And that's a beautiful thing when you can bring that out of a player on the field and off the field, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach. Go get them.
Appreciate it.
Yep. That was Lamont Smith, the head coach of the Garden Valley Falcons, who's found a lot of success in this first half. Up 24-0.
24-0 is the lead for the Falcons. We're going to go back down onto the field here in just a moment because we've got Jason Dunn is going to be talking with Councilman Richard Starr. So let's throw it down to Jason.
Good afternoon. This is Director Jason Dunn, and I'm down on the field at halftime, joined by Councilman Richard Starr. Councilman Richard Starr, you should be pretty proud today. Today's 14U Bantamweight Championship game is two programs from your ward, from Ward 5, representing us today in this championship game. Let's kind of talk about your vision and what do you want to do with youth development in Ward 5, seeing that you got so much talent on the field from one ward.
Oh, man. Thank you, Lead Director Jason Dunn. Just for this opportunity to be here. When you talk about youth, and sports is very important. It's important for us in the city of Cleveland to be involved in sports, supporting and funding these type of programs. So I don't know why the mic like this, but what I mean by like this, today is a great day. Two teams from Ward 5 doing their work. Shout out to Coach Dunn. Shout out to Coach Scat. Shout out to all the coaches, our parents, and all the people that support Muny League. I just love to be here. My vision is let's do more than just football and a cheerleague, but let's do something else like track, field, outdoor, swimming, soccer, everything. Expose our kids to everything. So I'm committed to that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And all the work that you do, you've been one of the biggest advocates in City Council for Muny football. And your involvement spans a lot longer than just the work that you're doing as Councilman Richard Starr. You were doing the same work as Coach Starr out there on the field. And we just appreciate all the work and all you give to make sure that we can provide these services to the kids.
Thank you. I mean, like you said, it's important that we listen to our kids, but also work with them to make sure they have all the needs that they need. We had a real trying time right now, and it's important for us to work together.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and you heard it here first from Councilman Richard Starr, Director Jason Dunn, and we're looking forward to an exciting second half of action.
Can we have those?
All right. Thank you very much, Jason, and thank you very much to Councilman Richard Starr. We're going to be joined here momentarily by head coach Tevin Davis of the Cleveland Renegades, and we're waiting for him to come back over here. Standing by and waiting for Coach Tevin Davis. So, gathering up our first half stats here. And John, we've got Tevin Davis of the Renegades stepping over if you'd like to throw on down to him. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
This is John Good.
How you doing, Mr. Good?
I'm doing well. I wish we were doing better, you and I.
I certainly do as well.
Yeah. Talk about your first half performance.
My first half performance has not been up to expectation at all. We have been missing out on the simple things that win any football game at any and every level, the blocking and tackling. And that's what we're looking to correct, and effort. Effort, blocking, and tackling. The simple things is going to get this game done. And it's not over with. My team has personally put up 22 to 27 points in 2 quarters before. So for me and for us as the Renegades, this is far from done. So We got the second half of football to be played.
I like the way you're thinking, Coach. Taking a look at your season, you guys are no stranger to adversity. You've been able to fight your way back in some contests earlier in the year, and that's the players that you're looking for right now.
Yes, sir.
To fight back. Talk about your quarterback. He's special, isn't he?
My quarterback is a pretty special talent, but I need him to trust today that he's special, as he has every week before today. Right now, he's not trusting himself, I don't believe. And I think that's leading to some error throws, him stepping into some sacks, making his pocket close a little. His pocket presence isn't really where it should be and where it usually is. But he has to remember and believe in himself that he's special and that he has done what he's done all season, that's lead this offense.
Well, I hear you right there because I can see it myself in him. But he's doing a good job of trying to lead them. Just got to get some of that stuff cleared up with the front line and make sure that everybody stay focused. So good luck in the second half.
Thank you, Mr. Good. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Those Renegades, I tell you, Brandon, you talking about some kids that's coming from, that's facing some adversity.
Yeah.
So this 24-0 is no big deal to them.
Right.
So I think in the second half, even though the mercy rule will be in effect, which means we will be running the clock, that you will see a better effort out of that squad with that coaching staff.
Well, and we just heard what Coach said. They've been down before. They've been able to come back from a lead like this before, and they've been the best team in the league. So, they are not counted out yet. I mean, again, the thing is that we are working against the clock, but we're going to see what the Renegades come out with here in the second half.
Well, they definitely got the talent to do it. They got, we took a look at their key players. Those are the guys they're going to have to rely on right now. Cameron Wilson is having an excellent game defensively. I've seen him knocking some people around out there. He's doing a good job. Jameer Patterson, Cameron Travis, they have to start stepping up, being more physical, especially on defense. They're going to have to just put together some 3 and outs.
Yeah.
And get that offense the ball, hopefully in some good field position, so they can punch it in. Again, I take a look around. And I look at all these high school coaches and these high school scouts. That's the kind of character that they're looking for in a player. They're looking probably
don't quit.
Yeah, they're looking probably more at the Renegades right now than they are the Falcons.
Sure,
because they want to see how much heart they have left.
That's a great way to put it, John. Great way to put it. Well, as we get ready to head into second half play from Stefanski Stadium, it is the 14U championship game at Cleveland Central Catholic Field. Garden Valley Falcons leading the Cleveland Renegades by a score of 24-0 as we get ready to start the second half. Brandon Baxter along with John Good, thank you very much for joining us here on TV 20.
I'd like to take this moment, Brandon, to thank all of the parents, all the coaches,
absolutely,
all the volunteers, all of our sponsors, from Boyd Watterson, the City of Cleveland, TV 20. Thank you, TV 20. Cleveland City Council, the Metropolitan School District, Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Family First, Tim Highland, Patty Jameson, Industrial Safety Products, KSI, Walton, 7200 Group, Whitmore Barbecue, and Parma Tobacco and Beverage. Thank you very much for all you've done for us in this 24th season.
Jayon Payne takes the opening snap of the second half, rolls out to the left side, brought down by the 40-yard line. Couple of flags thrown, could be some holding.
Yeah, it's a block in the back right there. The player couldn't hold up that number 3 for the Falcons with that foul. Right in front of the referee, guys. Can't be doing that right in front of the ref.
Nope.
That was
During the run, block in the back. Offense, number 10. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat the down, first down.
I believe that was Christian Patterson who committed that foul.
Yeah, I think you're right. I saw that from the initial play.
But just a back to the thank yous. Thank you very much for all that you've done in this 24th season. Appreciate you greatly.
So on a 1st and 20, the handoff goes to, that is Juelz McLoud. McLoud, who scored a touchdown in the first half, looks to try and keep the clock running. We talked about the mercy rule in play. Anytime a team is up by 20 points in the second half, the clock will not stop. And, you know, it would behoove the Falcons to continue to keep the clock rolling. The Renegades are the ones that want to stop that ticking.
Yeah, they're going to take their time calling plays, that's for sure. We saw big number 73 on that tackle, but we still didn't get a name for 73.
We still don't have a name for 73.
Don't have a name for 73. He's the biggest guy out there.
So he's got to have a big name, right? Payne drops back to pass. He's being pressured. He's being brought down. And he's going to be sacked. That was number 56, the All-Star, Cameron Travis.
Yeah, Cameron Travis.
Toss him to the ground.
There. Good job making penetration and getting his hands on the ball carriers. Take a look at the instant replay. Slowing it down. You see him beat his man all the way back to the quarterback as he just ragdolled number 10 on that play. That was Linnell Monroe. And Linnell Monroe could not handle Travis on that play.
And with the clock running, 6:52 on the clock, 3rd down and a long 25 for the Falcons. Payne in the shotgun. Taking their time out there. Payne takes the snap. It's a low snap. He's going to run to the left. Thought that might have been an option that was set up, and he is not going to go anywhere. Corralled and brought down by Marcus Brown, the quarterback, playing both ways today for the Renegades. Makes the stop, and John, this is exactly what the Renegades needed.
It's exactly what they needed. And Juelz McLoud, he was just standing there and he's letting his quarterback get beat up. He's got to get out there and get in the way of somebody.
Throw a shoulder, throw a block, something out there. Yeah,
Juelz, that's not a very good effort on that play, but I'm sure he'll make it up.
And in this case,
the game is over.
That brings up a long 4th down. It's so long we don't even have the yardage marked on the scoreboard.
It is far.
It's 4th and 34. But again, this is exactly what the Renegades needed and wanted. The clock does run. 5:43 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
The Renegades, I would start complaining about them lining up. They're taking their good old time.
They are.
We got a running clock here, and they're going to get great field position.
Sure. Falcons are going to go ahead and punt here on 4th and 34.
He's got to catch this football to try to return it. You can't let it hit the ground. Yeah, that's pretty close to the sideline.
That is going to bounce out at the, let's call it the 42-yard line, 43-yard line. And that puts the Renegades in great field position to try and finally get a score on the board. Now, John, if they get a score on the board here, does that then negate that mercy rule? That will then allow the clock to stop, correct?
That allows the clock to stop and play regulation ball.
Okay.
Yep. And that's what the Renegades should have about 2 or 3 plays called right now.
Yeah.
You know, they should have 2 or 3 plays called right now, and they should be running a hurry-up offense. I think it'll be good for them because it'll knock the Falcons off schedule.
Sure.
And maybe give them some confidence.
So the ball placed on the 38-yard line where it went out of bounds on the punt.
Too much time. Take too much time. Too much time to get this play off. You don't need a whistle.
And you can see Coach was down there trying to get his guys moving. Brown is going to be under center.
They're blitzing.
Takes the snap. There is nowhere to go. We got whistles. We got flags.
That offense should be on the ball, ready to snap.
It looks like this is going to be offsides.
The clock doesn't stop. That whole offensive line should be following that referee with the ball.
Encroachment.
Yeah, you're right, John.
5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
With the way the clock is running. Now they hurry up to the line.
They got an excellent chance to score.
1st down and 5, ball on the 33. This is the best opportunity the Renegades have had all day, and it's because their defense made a couple of stand-up plays on the last series.
Oh, my goodness. What happened?
Brown turned to hand the ball off. No one was going to take it, so he took the ball himself, tried to bounce out to the right side, and it looks like another flag is thrown, possibly a late hit out of bounds.
Yep. Personal foul. They're going to extend this drive one way or another.
Wow.
We can make plays or they'll make penalties. They still don't have a sense of
You'll see it here. They ran into each other, John, behind the line of scrimmage.
Defense, number 8. Late hit out of bounds. 15
Brown
yards.
tried to bounce it out to the right side, and then he was hit late out of bounds. So the Renegades moving the ball thanks to penalties.
Take it any way you can get it. Take it any way we can get it.
And this gives the Renegades a chance to try and get some points on the board, slow that clock down, because there is less than 2:50 to play here in the third quarter, and they're trailing 24-0.
Need a little bit more urgency from that offense, though. Need a little bit more urgency.
Brown under center. Takes the snap, turns, fakes the handoff, rolls around to his left. That's not even Brown. That's going to be a touchdown. In this case, that was not Brown. That was number 1, Javonte Swift, running it in for the touchdown. The Renegades, John, are on the board.
They're on the board, and it's left the depth of the game. We can stop the clock now.
Touchdown for the Cleveland Renegades. Number 1, Javonte Swift.
So Javonte Swift takes the touchdown in for the Renegades. He gets them on the board. Now the clock's going to slow down, John. Now we've got ourselves a game, and all thanks to the penalties, where the Falcons had a buttoned-up game plan in the first half. They got a little sloppy here with that 24-point lead. Exactly what Coach Tevin was talking about, his team being able to come back from behind.
And let's look at the type of penalties that was committed, too. They're definitely huge mental errors. Wow, good tackle.
Excellent tackle on the one-point attempt. And in this case, the score is going to stay at 24-6 with 2:17 left to play in the third quarter. The Renegades on the board. That 20-point mercy rule is now negated. And the Renegades are going to be able to, at least if they can make a couple more defensive stops like they did on the last series, pull themselves even closer in this championship ball game.
Yeah, McLoud on that last tackle on that two-point conversion, on that extra point conversion, but you're exactly right. Brandon, we have got to, the Renegades, the Renegades have got to go 3 and out.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
You got to go 3 and out, get the ball back, and try to get back in that end zone. I would just like to see more of an urgency with them when they have the football.
You're right, John. That's a great point. I mean, being able to show that sense of urgency, hurry up to the ball. You know, you don't want to say rushing, because you don't want to necessarily rush anything, but you certainly don't want to just take your time, especially when the clock is running like it has been.
Right, and exactly. And you know, the coaches do a heck of a job.
They do.
And this is what we harp on all the time during the off season while we're going through coaches training, is having, being prepared for scenarios like this. You can't expect to do well in this situation if you don't practice it.
Right. You're
so
absolutely
some time has got to be devoted to every scenario that you might face out on the field.
Payne is going to take the ball. He hands it off, and it's fumbled.
And Renegades got it, don't they?
Renegades have the ball. At least that's who came up with it. Look at that defense, John. Making the stop. Let's see, that looked like 21 Jameer Patterson coming up with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, great job right there by the defense. Great job. Take another look at it. Trying to get around that left end, but just too much penetration in that defensive line. And again, there's that man. We haven't said his name much, but he is all over the place. And that was Cameron Wilson. A good job by Cameron coming up with the big play at the right time, deep into the Falcons' territory.
Jameer Patterson on that fumble recovery, and we're going to switch it up again. Renegades with the ball. They just scored their last time with possession. Now let's see if they do show that sense of urgency you were talking about, John.
They got a play call. They got it out. Got in the center. He's rolling to the left again. And can't get past that guy. Right?
Tried to cut it up. Tried to cut it up the side. Couldn't do it. It's going to bring up a second down after a gain of just a couple.
Yeah, he did a good job of trying to keep the ball up in the air so they would fall off of him. He thought he could cut it back up inside, but the defender did a great job of not taking the bait and made a great tackle, because that's a hard person to get on the ground.
Yeah, Marcus Brown with a gain of 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 7. Minute 35 to play here in the third quarter. Renegades threatening to score for their 2nd consecutive possession.
Ball's on the left hash mark. Got a lot of green out here on the right. Probably gonna come this way. Try to outflank it to the side.
Brown from the shotgun now takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pulls it down. He's going to run, stops, tries to move ahead, move forward, holding on to that ball, and is brought down at about the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and then manageable.
Yeah, probably should have stayed to the outside on that one. Most of the guys were inside. I think if he'd have bounced it outside, he probably would have had a lot more success. Got a guy out here, had him outflanked. He decided to cut it back up inside where all the traffic is.
Not quite enough blockers there.
No, but a good pickup. This was a 3rd and 4.
It brings up a 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line.
Is it timeout?
I believe we've got a man down on the field, so injury timeout. We're going to take a look at what's going on there. So, John, before we go to a break, 49 seconds left to play in the third quarter from Stefanski Stadium. 24-6 your score in favor of the Garden Valley Falcons over the Cleveland Renegades. We'll be right back.
Today's vote, in my eyes, is not a very difficult one.
Welcome back, TV20 Sports. 49 seconds left here in the third quarter as the Garden Valley Falcons are holding on to a lead. There's a flag on the play.
He's fighting.
Renegades still trying to keep the play alive. We've got lots of laundry on the field.
He's still running.
He is going to keep on going until they blow the play dead.
That's a great effort.
That was Javonte Swift, the man who scored the touchdown earlier for the Renegades, just kept on going. Now, let's see if they can sort out what the flags are for, John.
Yeah, he was trying to get in that end zone.
There are 2 fouls on the play, one by both teams.
Okay.
Face mask, defense, holding, offense. Those penalties will offset. We'll replay the down.
So the down will be replayed, both penalties offsetting each other. And coming back into this after the break, John, 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now, again, the clock can stop because the Renegades are on the board trying to get on the board again, trying to make this even closer. It's 24-6 in favor of the Falcons as we speak.
Yeah, they got to get in end zone in this possession. Got to. Unfortunately, they had the offsetting penalties right there, or they would have had a successful play.
Yeah, yes.
I would give it to him again.
3rd down and 3 for the Renegades. 10 seconds left on the third quarter clock. You got Brown under center. Takes a snap. That was Swift, actually. Swift is now under center instead of Marcus Brown. Javonte Swift.
That's offense right by the whistle.
False start. Offense, number 15. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
And just
Third
like
down.
that, the
We will have
Renegades.
one on-time down. You cannot end the penalty. Cannot end the quarter with a penalty.
Okay, so they can't end the third quarter on a penalty, so they're going to get one more play here. Third down and long now for the Renegades.
And one of the Renegade coaches is going to have to try to keep a lid on it.
A lot of emotions. A lot of emotions.
Get a little emotional, and Ralph is not the ref you want to mess with when it comes to emotions.
Sounds like you know this, John.
Yeah, I know it a little bit. You don't want his emotions to get in it.
Brown back in, takes the snap. Sorry, that is Swift again, rolling out to the left side, makes two-man miss. He's going to take it all the way down, and they gave it to him, the touchdown.
They gave him the touchdown.
They gave him the touchdown. Javonte Swift once again taking it in himself. So just like that, Swift responsible for 2 touchdowns for the Renegades, making it a 24-12 score.
So I see now what Coach Lamont Smith is trying to do. Excuse me, head coach Tevin Davis is trying to do. He's trying to get to those edges and trying to get around the corner with his best athletes.
And he has done that in successive scoring drives. Both times Javonte Swift scoring on that play.
Yeah, he's just taking the ball and going around the end. He's not even looking to pass it or anything. Oh, they didn't get it.
The attempt on the 1-point conversion does not go. And so the Renegades stay at 12. It is 24-12 as we wrap up the third quarter and we get ready to head into the fourth quarter. John, we've got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, we do. They cut the deficit in half in a quarter. Now, if they can make that same progress in the fourth quarter, yeah, we're looking at one heck of an ending.
Well, I go back to the halftime interview, the discussion that you had with Coach Tevin, right? And he said, we've been down like this before. We've come back from this before, and look at what's happened. 2 successful scoring drives, a lot of that predicated on penalties by the Falcons, kind of shooting themselves in their foot.
Yeah, when I really think about it, that I believe that holding penalty was the first penalty of the half.
Yeah.
For the Renegades.
Yeah.
They can play clean football like that, Brandon. They definitely have a shot.
They sure do.
To win this football game. Not just get back in it, but to win it. Now, you got to go 3 and out.
That's right. And their defense has shown that they can do that the last 2 stops.
Tell you what, I'm a big fan of Cameron Wilson. We haven't called his name a whole lot, but I can see that kid playing in high school next year for sure.
He's got some Friday Night Lights in his future, huh?
Yes, he does.
The final score for the Cleveland Browns game versus the Baltimore Ravens, 29-24. Cleveland wins.
Yeah! How about the Browns win, folks.
Folks, you're watching right now. If you're watching right now on TV 20, that was the Cleveland Browns victory today, 29-24 over the Baltimore Ravens. Falcons with the ball. Snap goes back to Payne. He hands it off to McLoud, who is just carrying defenders all the way down to about the 45-yard line. And that's going to be a first down.
Yes, it is.
McLoud moving the pile.
Good effort here by the offensive line, that whole offensive unit. I think there was a little pep talk there between possessions. They got a little bit more urgency about them than I say.
They know at this point, John, they've got to take this seriously to finish off this game. You can't let the Renegades back into it. They've had the pedal down on the metal to this point. Why not keep it pressed? Payne takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left by himself. He's taking the ball across the 50-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds by the Renegades. So Jayon Payne moving the chains. Not quite a first down just yet. Well, that's going to mark it down as a manageable second down.
Good effort on that play.
Payne rolling out to his left side. You see it here on the replay. And then he is kind of forced out of bounds there at the end. Clock stops with 8:06 left in the game, a 24-12 lead for the Falcons. Falcons not wanting to relinquish the ball. They want to keep that clock moving.
Yep, that's the best weapon that they have right now. Their offense is on the field. Keep picking up these first downs and running the play clock all the way down.
Payne is keeping the ball. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to push the pile for the first down. So the Falcons, they keep the clock moving, they keep the chains moving because Payne is bringing it.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And it's a great job by that offensive line, too. Just putting their heads down, their shoulders together, and just plowing some land, baby. Just plowing some land.
Wilson, run on.
I can respect that, John. I grew up on a farm.
You know that plowing that land,
That's
get
right.
the job done now.
It's not done until it's over.
That's right. That's right. But no, just an excellent job by this offensive unit. You know, they know the importance of holding the ball right now and making sure to hopefully come up with some points. But definitely running time off the clock.
Payne takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That's McLoud taking it up the middle. A gain of maybe 2 on that carry.
Great defensive play right there by number 7, Carday Clemens. Yeah.
Seen him in on a couple of plays today on defense.
Yeah, Castle High, 9th grader. Likes to play video games. I don't know what a STEAM award is. You know what a STEAM award is?
I don't know what a STEAM award is.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah? What is the STEAM award, John?
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Okay.
So he's a smart kid.
I can dig that.
I can dig that too.
Payne taking the ball himself. He's carrying it across the third down to about the 32-yard line for the first down. The Falcons are doing a great job right now, John, of just moving the ball, moving the chains, keeping the clock rolling.
Yeah, the Garden Valley knows the situation here in this game. We got a player down right now. Yeah, they know the situation. They want to hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
Get first downs, chew the clock up. You see right here, not really handing it off, keeping it in the hands of their superstar quarterback. And he's just going to try to stay in bounds. And he went down. Hopefully that's not him over there on the ground.
No, we do have the player that was on the field. He has now been moved off to the sideline, and we're going to pick the ball back up on the 32-yard line. 6:23 to play in the game. First down and 10. The Falcons leading the championship game, the 14U 2024 championship game, leading by a score of 24-12 over the Cleveland Renegades.
Excellent seasons for both of these ball clubs.
They have a lot to be proud of.
They sure do. All starts in June, folks. That's when we open up camps.
Hands the ball off to McLoud. McLoud trying to cut it up over the right side. Brings it down across the 30 at about the 32-yard line.
Good job right there. Just, again, plowing the land.
And that brings up a second down. Clock moving down to 5:40 left in the game. Renegades need to make a stop here if they want to try and with another chance of putting some points on the board.
Somehow they got to figure out a way to get off the field. They got to get a big stop right here because they're using all the play clock.
Second down and 6. Payne takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to go over to number 8.
Where's the defensive
Finds
man
himself place to go down to about the 18-yard line. That was Teandre Hurt, the slot receiver.
Wow. I mean, that was the defensive end was nowhere to be found.
No. Hurt had every chance to get that first down, in which he did. And the Falcons looking like they're in control right now with 5 minutes left to play in the game. And we have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, the
Cleveland Renegades calling timeout.
Yeah, you got to do something. I mean, they're marching down the field. They have the lead, and it's a championship game. This is all we got left for the season, guys. So, want to bring them over and remind them of what the task of hand is, and go out there and get it done. At least try to get off the field.
And we have seen this defense step up, and it's really high time that they do so once again.
Yeah, they've shown signs of brilliance. They just have to be more consistent.
Yeah. Yep, you're right, John.
You got all offseason to rest now. Let's go. Starting to bring back some memories.
There we itchy legs, huh?
Nightmare.
Got some itchy.
I don't know what it is. Oh, my goodness.
5 minutes left to play in the game. Payne takes the snap, hands it off to McLoud. McLeod up the middle, across the 10. He's got himself another touchdown.
Wow.
Juelz McLeod with another touchdown for the Falcons.
Yeah, Juelz, he's vying for MVP with Payne.
Right up there with Payne, and over on the other side we've got Javonte Swift with a couple of scores for the Renegades. So, you know, we've got no shortage of offense here today.
No, we don't. It started off a little slow, but it picked up.
It sure did.
Picked up real quick. I think we were, what, 0-0 at the first quarter?
After the first quarter, no score. We've got ourselves a 30-12 ball game in favor of the Falcons. Let's give Keyshawn Torres another try. Come on. He's going to attempt the two-point kick here. There's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up. And the kick is good.
All right.
Keyshawn Torres makes the kick count. And it is now going to be a score of 32-12. We are back to that 20-point deficit, John. So the mercy rule has now gone back into effect.
Yep, they're up by 3 scores. Let me see. We're up by 20 points. I believe it has to be 21.
Okay, okay.
So 20-point mercy rule.
We just got some confirmation by the PA, so the clock is going to run. Renegades back where they found themselves at the beginning of this for the second half.
All they got to do is score a touchdown.
4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game here. 32-12 in favor of the Garden Valley Falcons. Renegades will have the ball at the 35-yard line.
Again, congratulations to both of these ball clubs making it to this ultimate championship game in the 14U division.
It's a lot to be proud of, John. We've said that before. It's a lot to be proud of.
It's a lot to be proud of. I mean, like I said, we started in June.
Yeah.
These guys have been sacrificing, working hard.
Makes for a long season.
It does.
Brown takes the snap, drops back, pulls it down. He's going to run for it. Following some blockers, he's got himself across the 40-yard line where he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Now the clock won't stop because of that, but he made a nice chunk of yardage there, did Marcus Brown.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Looking for some blockers there. Didn't quite pick him up, but on his own, got a lot of people standing around. Can't stand around. Got to put a hat on somebody.
Clock down to 3:25 left to play. Renegades with the ball. They're driving. They've got the ball on the 40-yard line.
Better hurry up. They're about to get a penalty for a delay of game. The referee has his arms out.
Yeah, they seem to be taking their time at this point.
I'm trying to understand what the thinking is right here.
And Javonte Swift is lining up at quarterback with Brown lining up out wide. Swift in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back. He's going to pass it to Brown, who catches it, and he is going to be immediately brought down for a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, that was a little slow developing. He's got to get that ball out there quicker. He gave the defenders a little bit too much time to react to that. So now they lost a few yards on that, didn't they?
They did. It brings up a 3rd down and 6 for the Renegades, attempting to try and get that first down and try and move the ball down the field.
These Renegades, they have nothing to hang their heads about.
No.
They need to really pick it up and finish strong. Great season. comeback performance here in the second half. They're moving on to high school, but they got a lot to work with.
They gave themselves a lot of opportunities, but they also took away a lot of their own opportunities, and that happens with the game.
Yes, it does.
Swift rolls out to his right. He's going to pull the ball down. He's going to run with it by the 50 down at. He's actually going to run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So Javonte Swift.
Swift holding that ball up like he's going to throw it, giving him a threat of throwing it. And you and I both know he's not going to throw the football. Swift don't want to throw the ball. He wants to keep the ball.
That's it.
Swift likes to run with the ball. He's a running back. Now, if it was Brown, okay. Swift, no.
So Renegades with the ball in midfield. Minute 10 left in the game. 32-12 is the score in favor of the Garden Valley Falcons. Cleveland Renegades just trying to stay in it.
Folks, if you're interested in coaching in Muny football, please just go to our website, Google Cleveland Muny football, come to our website, pick an organization, give them a call, and volunteer.
That was Juelz McLoud who volunteered on sacking Javonte Swift, and the celebration is already beginning over on the sideline of the Garden Valley Falcons. Someone is already wearing the Gatorade.
That's it. Yes, they are. And proud of it, too, I tell you.
I would imagine so, John.
But to finish the thought on volunteer coaching, come on out, join us. You have to be certified. We'll make sure you get all the information to be certified as a coach in Cleveland Muny football, and come on out and help us give back to the community.
Last play of the game here is the Renegades with less than 10 seconds left on the clock. Going to be stopped here by the Falcons. And John, that is going to be it. The time runs out. The game is over. And your 2024 14U championship game is going to go to the Garden Valley Falcons by a final score of 32-12 over the Cleveland Renegades. What a great game.
Yeah, it is a great game. Great effort by both teams, both organizations. Fought all year to get to this championship game. Came out here with great performances. Just one team played better than the others. Now they just have to hold their composure together and go out and accept the trophies for their efforts this season and get better for it.
And we're going to be going down post-game here momentarily, John, for the post-game ceremony. We'll talk about the players of the game, one from each team. And by the way, we also will be with you again next week here on TV 20 for the 8U All-Star game. That'll be the 8U All-Star game next week, but that's after we put a ribbon on this one, John.
Yep, and the ribbon on it.
12-32.
And the ribbon on it is just what we have. I let the PA announcer get her words out. Great pleasure doing the game with you.
Thank you so much, John.
And we'll close this out and look forward to working again in the future.
I hope so. This was very good. I appreciate it. Final score here, 32-12, joined by John Good. I am Brandon Baxter from TV 20. We're going to come back here momentarily with the post game.
Did you know that in the city of Cleveland, you can text 911 and the message goes directly to our communications center? Our dispatch staff will communicate with you via their keyboard, asking the same questions necessary to dispatch police, fire, or EMS emergency services. Keep this in mind if you are in the city and making an emergency phone call that might be a challenge.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
All right, welcome back. TV 20 Sports, Stefanski Stadium here. The 14U championship game just completed between the Garden Valley Falcons, victorious 32-12 over the Cleveland Renegades. We're going to go down to the field with Jason Dunn with our post-game ceremony.
Please remove yourself. All right, this is Jason Dunn, Director of the Cleveland Muny Football League. Now, I'm down on the field at the conclusion of the 14U Roosevelt Sumter Bantamweight Championship game. And we want to give a big round of applause to both programs. This right here was the Backyard Brawl, the Battle Award 5, a true community event, the Garden Valley Falcons and Cleveland Renegades. Let's give it up to both programs. You know, football is a sport that brings communities together, and both of these programs reside in the same ward. All right, so I am now down on the field with your 2024 runner-ups, and I want to bring up the head coach, Tevin Davis. Come join me. All right, Coach Tevin, you know, I know you guys didn't get the result that you wanted today, but to be here and be one of the last two teams standing, and, you know, to go through the schedule you went through, to go through, you know, the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs, you know, keeping the kids engaged, you know, you guys did a phenomenal job. And this is your first championship, right? Second championship. So you got a lot of guys that's going to be returning. You got some that's moving on to high school. What do you tell to your players that's returning and your players that's leaving?
To my players that's leaving, remember the habits that led us to this point, to the exact point that we're at today, and correct those habits before you step on a high school field. To my players that's coming back, remember how this feels.
All right, so we're going to bring up a specialty award, our defensive MVP for the game. With 8 tackles, 2 stops for loss, number 56, Cameron Travis. Big Cam, you know, it's okay. This is a game where you can display emotion. You know, this right here, this hurts, right? All right, and this is a feeling that starting right now, you don't want to have, so it's a lot of hard work that you need to put into yourself and to your craft to go out there and be even better and continue to excel on the field, in the classroom, and at home. Would you like to give thanks to anybody today?
I want to thank my coaches, my parents, and my teammates.
All right. Hey, job well done, our 2024 defensive MVP. And the trophy for the 2024 14U Roosevelt Sumter Bantamweight Division runner-up, Cleveland Renegades. Job well done, guys. Now I'm gonna go over here with your champions. So as we wind down this championship weekend, your director, Jason Dunn, down on the field with your 2024 14U Roosevelt Sumter Bantamweight champions, the Garden Valley Falcons. So I'm down here, I'm already joined by head coach, Coach Monte. You guys, you finished the race. You finished the race. You know, this was a marathon. Again, starting off the season. You know, you got kids who first time in the program. You got veterans in the program. You're trying to mesh everything together, and it looked like you did a phenomenal job of pulling everything together and getting that ultimate goal was a championship. You want to kind of elude on the path they took to get here?
Man, y'all know I ain't no talker, so I'm trying to really think what I'm about to say. But, I mean, work. Like I tell my guys, man, you gotta work hard. Practice like you play, man. Come out here and do your thing. But I gotta give it up for my coaches, my Garden Valley family, Coach Boone for having this program in Garden Valley. Man. It's very hard to recruit kids down there, man. So keeping this program there, it's love for the community. And to my brothers on the other side, that's a rival community, a community rival. It's friendly, man. We all grew up together, went to school together. Hey, I love y'all. Y'all like my brothers. That's family. Hey, I got the chip. Let's take it home.
You know, and we want to give a huge shout out to the Garden Valley followers. You guys have been phenomenal all year supporting this program. All right, so we're going to bring up a specialty award, our offensive MVP. 183 yards passing, 2 touchdown passes, 44 yards rushing, and a rushing TD. Number 2, Mr. Payne. Major Payne. Boy, you really didn't put on the second half of this season to close it out. You know, you've been very consistent. You had no problem with putting the team on your back and making the big plays. You know, the future's looking bright. And it was at least a dozen high schools in here today. And everyone I walk by, they already know your name. Now, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to thank my family, my law, my coaches. That's it.
Hey, phenomenal job. So Jayon Payne, your 2024 offensive MVP. All right, so one more specialty award. All right, so we want to also honor, and you know, I know Coach Monte is a man of few words. You know, I barely hear him talk. You know, I talked to him on the phone. We had an opportunity to hang out last week on the sideline at the Browns game, you know what I'm saying, which I thought was phenomenal, you know, and, you know, just something, you know, that I want to do to get to learn guys a little more, because, you know, the hard work that you put in don't go unnoticed. And like you said, it's hard to recruit down in the valley. You know, people look at, you know, a community a certain way, but when you look at the Garden Valley, they say you look good, you play good, you coach good, and you play even better. You know, so you have done a tremendous job, you know, year in, year out, and you were head and heels above the rest this year. So we want to commend you and honor you as our 2024 Roosevelt Sumter 14U Bantamweight Division Coach of the Year. And we won't delay this any longer. The hardware is going to the Valley. The city champs for the Bantamweight Division. Let's give it up for the Bird Gang, the Falcons. Now we are down and we are finished up here, and I'm gonna now throw it back up to you, Brandon.
All right, Jason, thank you very much. Congratulations once again to the Garden Valley Falcons. Victors today, 32-12 over the Cleveland Renegades for the 2024 14U championship team. And John, once again, thank you very much for having me in today. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, and what an absolute pleasure it was watching these young men.
It's a real treat, Brandon, and thank you for coming in and working with us to bring this special community event to the people of the city of Cleveland.
And for that, we're going to wrap up from Stefanski Stadium here at Cleveland Central Catholic Field. Your final today, 32-12, the Golden Valley Falcons over the Cleveland Renegades, your 2024 14U championship. Thank you very much, everybody.